Are you looking ahead to 2022, or we're already in 2022 and you want to make this the most successful year yet for your business? Well, I have 3 key tips that you can apply to your event business to become more productive, more efficient, and just more successful in the coming year. Before we jump into it, I'm Logan Clements, freelance event producer. I do want to remind you to like, subscribe, turn on that little notification bell. I'll be taking a little bit of a break because of the new year, but once we jump back into January 2022, I'll be releasing videos every single Monday. I talk about Zoom, I talk about virtual events, I talk about in-person events, hybrid, running your own business, all kinds of different topics. And if you're someone who loves to learn from other event professionals, I also recommend you give my podcast, the Better Events Podcast, a listen. I co-host it with fellow event pro Mary Davidson, and we have a lot of great guests coming up in 2022. My first one is reach out or follow up with old clients. So people that you worked with in the past and you want to work with again. Don't reach out to the ones you didn't enjoy working with, but if you liked working with them, reach out to them. Don't be afraid to say something, even if it's been 6 months or a year. I often like to try to keep in contact with my clients every couple months. I'll often think of either something that's been relevant to them in the news or an article they'd find interesting, or I work on a lot of sports and it's just, hey, I saw so-and-so won this championship. Congratulations. Do you need any assistance with XYZ upcoming event? You'll be surprised by how often I have gotten roles and jobs at events purely because I'm being proactive and staying top of mind with some of the key decision makers. So don't be afraid to reach out and start making that list now. It's already January in 2022. You still have plenty of time, but just don't think that you need to wait around and get the leads to come to you. My second pro tip here for growing your business in the new year is to create options in your proposal. So no matter what kind of event vendor you are, I'm an event producer. You could call me an event planner, event manager, project manager. I wear many hats. But essentially what I've learned is I need to give my clients options. So when I have someone, whether they're new or returning, I often will give them several options. Some people like to call it like a low, medium, high. For me, I found it's because of the world we're in today. It can be anywhere from I'm 100% virtual to I'm in person to it's just me or it's several people from my team. And that's how I've kind of laid it out. And I wouldn't give them too many options is my pro tip. Make sure you give maybe 3 at max 4, because if you give too many options, it can be overwhelming. So cut it down to those 3 and then come prepared to your meeting where you're going over your proposal, or when you email them or submit it to them. Make sure you're kind of highlighting which one based on your conversations you think is the best fit for them, because that helps guide, okay, this is what you think I need, but let me look through your options and see what I need. I have found this has really helped me not just upsell some clients, but really focus in on what is included when they are hiring me for that certain position. And my third and final pro tip for growing your business in the new year is, if you have not already done so, add virtual events to your event toolkit. I kid you not when I say that I literally doubled my revenue as a business between 2019, pre-pandemic, and 2021, purely because I added virtual events to my skill set. I can do in-person events, I can also do virtual, and then that translates into understanding what you need for hybrid. And it's okay if you've been hesitant, you've been scared to jump into it. There are several benefits to doing virtual events. One, you can do them anywhere. You really just need a good Wi-Fi connection. I did a couple events when I was traveling and not at home, but I was able to still execute those events for clients because, again, all I needed was a good Wi-Fi connection. It helped save me money because I wasn't paying for hotels or flights or any of the other miscellaneous expenses that come up when you are physically traveling to a place. I think it's pretty cool, especially when I had some events that started very early my time, that I could just wake up and go to my desk and I was ready to execute that event. It also expands your reach. You are someone, when you do virtual events, that you don't have to just work with clients who are geographically located in your region. You can work with clients anywhere. Same goes for working with other event pros and other vendors. You're not stuck with just the ones that you know locally. You're able to expand it. I now have a virtual event team, producers, other people that I hire for different events that are literally spread out all over the country, which is pretty cool. And then the last one is really, it helps save your body. You can save your health. I know my feet used to hurt all the time when I'm on site. I do love it now when I'm back on site and I get all my steps in. But again, we're still in a world where COVID exists, and it's a way to also reduce that risk where you're not exposing yourself to people or large groups if you don't need to, but you're still able to do what you love of bringing people together. So if you've been hesitant about adding virtual events to your toolkit, fear not. I have so many videos on this channel you can watch about virtual events. I'm also going to be hosting a mastermind kind of workshop, several week workshop in January, so that if you've been hesitant, you can learn what I know about virtual events and apply it to your business. And I promise you, it's going to do nothing but increase your revenue, increase your flexibility, all those things that we love to hear as event professionals. Well, that's all I got for you folks. I'm Logan Clements, freelance event producer. This has been my final installment of my tips and tricks when it comes to event planning and running your own business for 2021. Never fear, I'll be back in the new year. Let me know in the comments if there's any videos you'd like to see, topics you'd like me to see me cover, videos you'd like me to revisit. Again, my Zoom tips are very popular, so be sure to go over and check them out. I'll be bringing out some new ones because Zoom is always constantly updating, so keep an eye out for those. And I look forward to chatting with you next year. Bye.